is going to take on Joe Morrison. Specialized Autocraft. Down. Right to Breathe. That's the Gary Leverage team. Morrison makes his home in New Jersey. He doesn't get a chance to do this very often, so anytime he gets a chance to put on a helmet and come out here and stand on the gas in a top fuel car, you know he's not going to pass it up. He is also one of the teams out there in the throttle that is out there in the pits that is whacking the throttle again on the warm-ups, and that certainly has made him a fan favorite. For Mike Salinas, a couple of wins already on the year. Valley Services is a construction support company out on the West Coast. Mike Salinas has got himself involved in a number of businesses. Scrappers Racing also has a relationship with folks at Pep Boys. They're working with Rob Flynn this year after Alan Johnson had made the switch over to Coletta Motorsports, and that team really doesn't seem to have lost a step. You see him looking at the electronic dashboard over there on Salinas' car after they make the final adjustment. They unplug it, take it off the car. No reason to send that thing down the racetrack. I mean, after all, it weighs 8 ounces. 6.7. Oh, man. Joe Morrison was giving him a run for his money, and that thing lit up. And it looked like it made a hard move over towards the wall. I don't think he made any contact with the concrete down there, but Joe Morrison, he was definitely keeping him honest. Mike Salinas is going to get the win, 3.888, and that is definitely not the run they came up here planning to run. Looking at the numbers out there, I mean, Joe Morrison at the 8th mile was right there with him. But watch what happened after that as we take another look. Salinas' car definitely not running like they wanted it to. And Morrison right there. Wow. That thing lit up. Put some oil under that right tire. It made a hard move towards the concrete. But he was able to pull it back and save it, and it looks like it is streaming some slickery stuff down there on the top end of the racetrack. So a solid run for Mike Salinas. Not the numbers they were looking for, I promise you, out of that Valley Services car. But he got the win light, and that's the most important thing. We don't know yet if that's going to be good enough for lane choice because we don't know yet who he's going to run in the next round. But the most important thing is the lights on the side of the scoreboard lit up on Mike's side, and he'll take it to the next round. And as I said, definitely looks like we're probably going to have a little bit of cleanup down there on Nitro Joe's side. Joe's jumping back in the car, and they'll push him off with the quads down at the top end. Funny cars loaded in the lanes. They are ready to go as soon as top fuel wraps up. We're halfway through that right now. And interestingly enough, we already know one of the matchups. It's going to be a Coletta Motorsports arm wrestling contest between Doug and Sean. Let's take another look at that last side-by-side run. I was watching Salinas' car. Didn't really look like it had a cylinder out. Just didn't look like it was kind of moving like they wanted it to. And then for Morrison's car, something came out of the right side of it. And I mean, I don't know if it flushed out a rod or if it spit something else out, but it obviously that was an oil fire when you see it burning orange down there. And it certainly looked like it put oil under the one tire, why it made such a hard move to that side. They are still checking things out on the top end of the racetrack, but from what I'm hearing, I don't think we're going to have much of a delay here.